and you throw your punches real short where there's no air. There's no air. There's no room for punches in between with the quick power hands of Tank. You could get away with it, and he did. And he prospered in there.
That just leaves somebody at a distinct disadvantage, and I think that's unfair. And so that's how I look at it, and that's what bothers me about Gervonta.
It's a waste till y'all prove yourself to, you feel me? That's what, to me, to start proving that stuff, like, all right, bet he's a threat, then all right, cool, I'll fight him. But other than that, ain't...
Rumors are circulating in the boxing world about a potential rematch between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach, sparking intense debate among fans and analysts. Their first encounter left many wondering whether Roach could handle Tank's power. And now insiders are breaking down every possible scenario for a second fight. Can Roach make the right adjustments to pull off an upset? Or will Davis once again showcase why he's one of the most feared punchers in the sport?
Honestly, I thought I should have won without that being counted a knockdown. Look, I ain't the ref. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to wipe sweat out his eye, he had to wipe sweat out his eye. But the rules do state, if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's an automatic 8 count. But it is what it is. I wasn't relying on that. I was relying on what I was doing in there. I think I was taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that. But if that was kind of a knockdown, I will win the majority decision.
After their controversial majority draw on March 1st, speculation is growing about a potential rematch between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. The first fight left fans buzzing, especially after a dramatic 9th-round moment when Davis took a knee, an incident that wasn't scored as a knockdown, fueling debate over the final result.
For me, Tank Davis fighting a minus 1,600 as your main event odds is crazy to me, dude. That's crazy. That underdog lived up to the hype. He ended up, overperforming. Lamont Roach, credit to him, all this other stuff. And it took some politics to keep Davis as champion. You ever see guys getting the referee their own fight? Dude, anybody else takes that knee, you're getting counted, bro. The referee, actually, his instinct, if you watch that, the referee's instinct was to count. If you notice, Steve Willis started counting, and then he looked at the timekeeper outside the ring, wasn't counting, and he stopped counting. So you get to call your own timeout. Earlier in the fight, if you saw that shoulder barge that Tank did to Roach in the clinch, he didn't get a warning, but Roach's reaction got the warning. This is the politics we're dealing with. You keep doing this, you're looking at short-term money and long-term destruction of a...
Canelo Alvarez recently weighed in on the controversy surrounding Gervonta Tank Davis's 9th-round knee during his fight with Lamont Roach Jr. Davis, attributed the moment to grease from his hair. But Canelo stressed that such actions should have consequences. He argued that Davis should have lost the round 10-8 or even face disqualification, particularly since his corner intervened with a towel. Canelo made it clear that his stance was based on boxing rules, not personal opinion.
If you take a knee, you need to lose like 10-8 that round at least, no? And plus the corner go up and put a towel in the face. That's disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules, but it's not my business.
Davis explained that the incident was caused by a hair treatment he underwent 2 days before the fight. He stated that the grease from the treatment mixed with his sweat, leading to a burning sensation in his eyes. Addressing the crowd's reaction during the post-fight interview, Davis expressed frustration over the boos, emphasizing that his actions were a genuine response to the irritation, not an attempt to manipulate the fight's dynamic.
It ain't no timeouts in boxing. Why you taking? You know that. You should know that. So that's the thing where I'm confused because that's supposed to be a knockdown. That's a 10-8 round. If that's a 10-8 round, I win the fight. So. You know what I'm saying? Like that draw turned into a 115, 114 my way.
Going in, okay, it's round 10, right? You see that you down on the scorecard.
Davis's explanation has received mixed reactions from fans and analysts, with some questioning whether the moment should have been ruled a knockdown regardless of the cause.
Has the last time somebody stood in the pocket versus Gervonta Tank Davis and survived? The last person that attempted to do it was Leo Santa Cruz, and that man's head is still rolling somewhere around the arena. And I say that respectfully with no remorse. That's why what Lamont Roach did last Saturday night was so absolutely amazing. Lamont Roach, in the pre-fight press conference, that was one of the few fighters that was not terrified of Gervonta Tank Davis. That's right. And the man flat out put on a show. Get your hand out of my pocket! He proved Two-Tone the Superstar wrong. He proved everybody wrong, and that man went ahead and cooked, and he gets robbed by the New York State Athletic Commission. And these people acknowledge that the knee that Gervonta Tank Davis took was a knockdown. They acknowledge this. They say, yes, it was a knockdown, but now they are saying, well, we don't know how the rest of the fight would have went on. Maybe Tank might have turned up. When the last time you seen Tank turn up? Gervonta Tank Davis might be a front runner. I say that respectfully. And to go ahead and keep it real with y'all, I think that knee that Tank took was because Lamont Roach was in a rhythm and Gervonta Davis tried to throw this man off a rhythm. Do I believe the Murray's sport waves, the soul glow was in his eye? Absolutely not. I believe that man Tank got nerve-eye and said, hold on, this man Lamont Roach is cooking. I need to take me a quick timeout and a quick break. It's nasty. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's bad enough how hard and difficult it is to beat this man. Most fighters is weight trained. Most fighters has clauses on them. So when somebody who's coming up is able to compete with Gervonta Tank Davis, you handicap the man with trash rulings.
Veteran boxing commentator Jim Lampley expressed skepticism about Roach's chances in a rematch. Before their initial fight, Lampley highlighted Davis's blend of crafty boxing, southpaw advantage, clever footwork, and undeniable killer instinct. He emphasized Davis's shocking punching power, comparing his knockouts to those of a young Mike Tyson. While acknowledging Roach's skill, Lampley suggested that he would have a hard time overcoming Davis's overall dominance.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that. Or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Roberto Diaz, advisor to Lamont Roach Jr., acknowledged the formidable challenge Davis presents, describing him as one of the world's top fighters. While recognizing Davis's impressive record and power, Diaz also expressed confidence in Roach's abilities. He highlighted Roach's extensive experience, including his amateur pedigree and the improvements he has made since their previous encounters. Diaz believes that Roach's familiarity with Davis and his own growth as a fighter could be key factors in a potential rematch.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more. And I should have did more. I was lost in the I lost track in the rounds. That's why we need what is it called? Yeah, man. I didn't know what round it was. Facts.
Tank, Eric Blum from DailyMail.com. First off, your coach just said, can you confirm, did you get your hair done 2 days before the fight?
Yeah. I ran water over it today, but I must ain't do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on?
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning, and you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than But I didn't really know that you can get disqualified for all that. Or when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next.
What is?
You might see it in a minute. You definitely might see it in a minute.
What the hell happened to Gervonta Tank Davis, huh? He got some grease in his hair. It was the lady that she put too much grease in my hair, and that's the reason why I took a knee. I ain't lying to y'all. Why y'all booing me for? Y'all remember the movie Coming to America? Was Gervonta Tank Davis using the Soul Glow? It's just a Soul Glow, feeling all so silky smooth. Just let it shine through, baby. That gotta be one of the most embarrassing moments in boxing history. How the hell you go down saying that the grease? Know what happened at the grease? Stop! It's not funny. Why y'all booing me? I'm telling you the truth. That woman put a lot of grease in my hair. Yo. Damn, Tanky, come on now.
Kenny Ellis, a coach in Davis's camp, defended the choice of Roach as an opponent, emphasizing his credentials as a 7-time national champion with an impressive pedigree. Ellis acknowledged that while some fans have criticized the matchup, underestimating Roach would be a mistake. He pointed out that both fighters have evolved since their amateur days, suggesting that a rematch would highlight their growth and adaptability.
The legendary Jim Lampley, PPV.com, and called a controversial draw tonight. The crowd inside Barclays, they did not like it. What did you think of the verdict, Jim? Was it the right call?
An upset draw is always a mixed bag for fans, for people in the sport, etc., etc. I thought it was, in essence, the right decision. The only question about whether the upset draw is justified is whether Steve Willis erred in not deducting a point in a late round when Tank Davis appeared to touch the canvas with his hand. And, that is going to stay in the woodwork and haunt the fight in the breach a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's a setback in Tank's career and for his reputation. I think most observers expected him to knock Roach out, particularly because Roach was moving up from 130 to 135.
The 9th round of the initial fight was particularly contentious. Davis took a knee, citing an eye issue, but many believe it should have been ruled a knockdown. Referee Steve Willis allowed Davis to continue after issuing a warning, a decision that has sparked widespread debate. Roach felt he had done enough to win and immediately called for a rematch, while Davis acknowledged his subpar performance and praised Roach's skill.
Having me.
Yes, for sure. You're part of Lamont Roach's camp. What's your official role for Lamont
I'm an
Roach?
advisor for him.
Okay, so you guide him on how to make certain decisions?
Correct.
Okay.
We've been together for many years since his pro debut back in the days at Golden Boy. And after we both parted ways, we hooked up.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting because, now that you guys are not with Golden Boy, you're still together. So
Absolutely.
You guys must have had a good relationship when you were at Golden Boy.
Always had a good relationship with him and his father. And obviously I'm honored and just, honored to be a part of him. And when I got the call to continue working with him, it was a no-brainer for me.
Feeling he won the fight, Roach immediately called for a rematch, stating, "I hope to be a multi-divisional world champion, and this is a fight that will solidify the legacy I want to have." He later took to social media to further fuel the controversy, posting a cryptic yet confident tweet. "Ward round the block, y'all favorite fight Finn be 30-1, not 30-0. 2XXE2 division champ." The message, which quickly gained traction among boxing fans, suggests that Roach is not only expecting a favorable ruling on his appeal, but also hinting that Gervonta Davis's undefeated record may soon be in jeopardy.
Like that fight with Tank, the rematch with Roach, is bigger than perhaps a Shakur Stevenson fight now?
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me why. Tell me.
He got in the ring. He got in the ring with Tank with no hesitation.
Okay.
And for the hell of a fight, Everybody want to see it again, and Shakur's last 3 fights, they criticized him, because of his style of fight. No offense to him, but this is the reality. People criticize him because of the way he fight, and they don't want to see that. They'd rather see Roach again, you know?
The controversy surrounding Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach has intensified, as the New York State Athletic Commission is now officially reviewing the outcome. According to Boxing Kingdom, technical issues prevented the commission from immediately reviewing the ninth-round incident where Davis took a knee, a moment many believe should have been ruled a knockdown in Roach's favor.
I think a significant amount, given how he was able to push Tank, land on Tank, make this the toughest fight of Tank's 31 pro fight career by far. I think he did himself a lot of favors. What are we going to do with Tank Davis now? I mean, it's not like he looked bad. Some of you guys had pointed out he might have had an injury somewhere around that 6th round. He didn't mention it to BC, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have it.
Gervonta Davis has expressed a desire to retire from boxing, citing the need to focus on his mental health and personal growth. He acknowledged that the sport has instilled a certain aggression in him, which he now wishes to temper, especially as a father of 2 daughters. Davis stated, "I want to do therapy. I want everything out of me to the point where I'll never think about fighting again." His decision underscores a commitment to becoming a more composed individual outside the ring, prioritizing therapy and self-improvement over his boxing career.
For sure. I'm definitely happy with my performance. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have won. And I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds, and even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. So I don't think there's any excuse for me not to win tonight, but that's just how the cookie crumbled.
There's a few things I want to dissect about the fight. Let's just start off with the beginning. It seemed like a little bit of a cagey opening on both your halves, both of you just trying to figure each other out. What was your initial thoughts of those first 3, 4, 5 rounds whilst you were both getting to grips with each other?
Just getting the information, seeing how he reacted to certain stuff. I'm pretty sure he was trying to do the same thing. And he's an excellent fighter. He's undefeated for a reason. But a 90-something% knockout, I mean, it ain't that no more. But you know what I'm saying? But with a 90% knockout ratio and everything like that, it take a little thinking in there. It's a thinking man's game, especially when it's on that type of level.
However, Tank Davis has made it clear that before stepping away from boxing, he wants to face specific opponents. This suggests that despite his retirement talks, he still has major fights in mind. If these bouts materialize, they could further solidify his legacy as one of the greatest fighters of his generation.
Even without the knee, that should have been a knockdown. I thought I should have won a competitive fight. I think I did what I needed to do necessary to bank the rounds. I'm just a little frustrated with the scorecards. I thought I should have.
For Roach, the rematch is a chance to cement his place in the boxing world. Following the first fight, he voiced his belief that his performance against a formidable opponent like Davis warranted a spot in the pound-for-pound rankings. His confidence has been evident on social media, where he has actively engaged with both critics and supporters, even going so far as to propose substantial bets on the outcome of a potential rematch. Roach entered the ring as the underdog, but left proving his doubters wrong. From the opening bell, he displayed skill, resilience, and determination against the heavily favored Gervonta Davis. He landed crisp combinations, controlled the pace at times, and even had Davis in trouble. Many believed he had done enough to win, and the majority draw only intensified the debate. Roach didn't just compete. He put on a show, silencing critics and solidifying his place among boxing's elite, demanding respect and a well-deserved rematch.
So realistically, how much longer do you see yourself being a fighter? How many more years you think?
It depends. I got some people I want to get.
Like who?
I don't want to say their names, but...
Just say yes or no. Haney?
Yes.
Lomachenko?
Yes.
Teofimo?
Yes. Not really so much Teofimo.
Not so much. How come?
Because it's like, I don't know. Just, he ain't really like... I mean, if the fight, like, prevents himself, then yeah, but other than that,
It's not on your
yeah,
list.
it's not on my. He's not.
Kambosos? No. Is there anyone I'm missing, or is that it?
Yeah, but I don't want to say his name.
Shakur?
Yeah.
That's another one.
What are your thoughts on the highly anticipated rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach? Will Davis make the necessary adjustments to secure a decisive victory, or will Roach build on his momentum and pull off the upset? Share your predictions, opinions, and analysis in the comments below.